Hey, what's going on, everybody? Blitzball Champ here is back with a brand new video here on YouTube. So, I wanted to talk about a few things that came up recently when it comes to gaming. A couple of things that happened, a couple of big hits. So, I don't expect this to be long, but just there are a few things that were kind of on my mind. Uh, First off, there were a few delays in two upcoming releases. First was Final Fantasy VII Remake actually got delayed from March 3rd to April 10th. So, about a little over a month delay. And, this will push this closer to, I believe, RE3, I believe, comes out the same week or so. But yeah, Square Enix had released a statement about this that they wanted to take some extra time to really just do more polish of this game and just, get it more ready, more stable, whatever they have to do, but just spend a lot of time polishing up the game in preparation for the release. Um, I'm okay with this. In any scenario where there's a delay, like if it's to help make the game more stable, more ready for release, if it's to finish it, I'm all for take the time that you need to finish developing a game to completion. That way it won't release, as an unfinished game or just a really terrible experience, whether it's due to lack of content or just loaded with major to critical bugs, even sometimes blockers. But I'm all for that. I'm definitely all for that, especially considering the load of hype around this Final Fantasy VII remake, because it's been something that's been in the making for years and years. So I'm all for it. Do what y'all got to do. Take the extra time, get this game ready, polished up, and stable for the release. The second game that got delayed was Cyberpunk 2077, which I believe this was scheduled to be an early April release. I think it was April 14th or something. I don't remember the exact date, but this got delayed to all the way later this year, September. I believe September 17th. Cyberpunk 2077 got delayed. So it's a good couple of months that this got delayed. And what I thought was interesting was that, CD Projekt Red was saying that they don't have any plans on bringing this to any next gen consoles like the Xbox um, Series X or the PlayStation 5, which I thought is kind of weird considering the delayed release. I would think you know pushes it kind of not far from sort of the next console release window. I would think that with a delay like that, you know maybe it would have been best if it got delayed further so that it could come out on next gen consoles. But it's up to them. But one of the things that they also noted was about the level of crunch. So I got this idea that it's going to be tons and tons of crunch. I mean, they went on like a year's worth of crunch when it came to the release of The Witcher 3. So I'm pretty sure this probably won't be any different. So it's kind of a bummer. I know what it's like being part of the game industry as a tester myself for many years. Overtime crunch hours are crazy, really, really crazy. So if you have family, if you have a wife and kids and stuff like that, just duly noted. There will be a time where you won't get the chance to see them as much as you'd like to because of stuff like this. So just a heads up. Um, and lastly, E3 2020 once again will not have the presence of Sony. So this will mark the second year in a row no Sony at E3. I gotta I gotta be honest. This is a bummer because I'm actually it's still a goal of mine to go to this year's E3. But yeah, no Sony. Apparently E3 just isn't on their scope, and they don't see that it's the right event for what they have focused on, which is kind of a bummer because, this was the year where a lot of showcasing of the new consoles is going to be. But, I'm guessing Sony's kind of going to end up doing their own sort of thing, like to showcase this, whether it's another state of play or whether they bring back the PlayStation Experience conference. Like, I don't know, but E3 not on their radar, unfortunately. Um, to be honest with you, I'm more for going to E3 just to say, that I finally went to E3. I say give it maybe two, maybe at the maximum 3 or 4 years, if it even makes 3 or 4 years. I don't think E3 is going to be a big thing anymore. You know, this is twice in a row, no Sony at E3. For a couple of years now, Nintendo does the Nintendo Direct. They do kind of their own thing. And Microsoft, they don't even do their press conference in the venue. They actually do it at I think at a concert hall or something like that next to the LA Convention Center. But I mean, yeah, like I don't really see E3 lasting long. I feel like there's probably going to be a certain time when Microsoft, will end up hosting its own event to showcase their stuff. I don't put that past them. I don't. I don't put that past them. So, I don't know. Just me personally, I don't see E3 lasting much longer, but I'd like to be able to still go while it's still relevant because at least, they will still have some other industry press conferences and, of course, the show floor where they'll have a bunch of the games where you can check out and technology and stuff like that. But I felt like this was really, I figured this was going to be a year where folks were going to really go all out at E3 because, we're looking forward to new consoles coming out from Microsoft and from Sony. So I really figured both would want to go all out, but looks like that's not going to be the case for Sony. So this really gives, Microsoft a platform to really just go in and show off all that they can with what they have here at E3. So we'll see what happens. But hopefully everything will work out and I'll get to go. So, yeah. That's pretty much all that I have. Like I said, not too long of a video. Just wanted to share my thoughts on some of the trending news in the gaming world. But let me know what y'all's thoughts are. For those that have ever been to E3 before, in the past, like, what did y'all think? What are your thoughts? Is it worth it? What do you think? Where do you see E3 this year and even further? Do you think it'll last much longer? Do you think it'll ever get its spark back? Also, what are your thoughts on the delays with Final Fantasy VII Remake and Cyberpunk 2077? And I think Marvel's Avengers got delayed as well. I don't know for sure, so somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, what are y'all's thoughts on that? Thank y'all so much for watching. This is Blitzball Champ signing off. See y'all later.